In the Thousand-Year Blood War arc of Bleach, which has yet to conclude, the main antagonists are the Quincy's. Among them is a group called the Sternritter, warriors who received their powers directly from Yhwach. One of Yhwach's abilities allows him to steal and share power with others. However, he developed an even stronger method, engraving letters into the souls of the Quincy's. This process requires receiving Yhwach's blood, and it is the source of the Sternritter's powers. Each Sternritter is assigned a different letter from A to Z, representing a unique ability. If you don't pay close attention while watching the anime, it might be difficult to grasp what each character's power actually does. I was one of those people. So, I decided to break down and discuss the abilities of each Sternritter member. Let's get started. Sternritter A, Antithesis Ishida Uryu. The first Quincy introduced in this series, he once claimed to be the last Quincy alive. This stems from the fact that he was the only one in history who survived Oswalin. His ability, Antithesis, allows him to completely reverse two opposing conditions. For example, he can swap injuries between himself and his enemy. This power revolves around contradiction and reversal. Sternritter B, the Balance Jugram Hashwolf. The leader of the Sternritter and the one called the other half of Yhwach. His ability is the balance, which maintains the equilibrium of the world. He redistributes misfortune to those who are fortunate within his domain, while any misfortune directed at him is absorbed by his Freund shield. Sternritter C, the Compulsory Pernita Parnkyas. A Quincy that resembles the left hand of the Soul King. Its ability is the Compulsory, which allows it to control nerves. Pernita can extend its nerves to manipulate living and non-living things and can also evolve itself. Sternritter D, the death-dealing Askin Naklovar. Askin possesses the ability to control LD50, which refers to the lethal dose of any substance. He can manipulate the lethal dosage of Raisher, spirit particles, in the air, making it toxic to his enemies. Sternritter E, the Explode Bambietta Basterbine. A member of the female Quincy group, her ability allows her to create explosive Raisher orbs. Anything her Raisher touches will detonate. Sternritter F, the Fear as Not. A terrifying figure whose ability instills fear into the minds of opponents, making them so paranoid that they are unable to fight back. Sternritter G, the Glutton Liltato Lampert. A calm and logical girl with the ability to consume anything. Her mouth can stretch unnaturally wide to devour anything in her path. Sternritter H, the Heat Basb. A hot-headed Quincy with a mohawk. His ability lets him generate flames and fire them from his fingers like bullets. The intensity of his attacks increases with the number of fingers he uses. Sternritter I, the Iron Ifsong Dewey can harden his skin to become as tough as steel. Sternritter J, the Jail Quiljopi. The first Sternritter introduced in the arc. His ability allows him to create an incredibly strong Raisher prison that even Ichigo's Getsuga Tensho could not break. Sternritter K, Unknown, BG9. A Quincy with a robotic appearance and speech pattern. Though his letter is not officially explained, he possesses vast amounts of data on his enemies. It is speculated that his power might derive from No. Sternritter L, the Love Pepe Wakabrata. Despite his odd appearance, his ability is to release beams of love. Anyone hit by his attack will fall in love with him, allowing him to control them like puppets. Sternritter M, the Miracle Gerard Valkyrie. Known as the Miracle, he possesses the ability to turn injuries into power. The more he is wounded, the larger and stronger he becomes. Even if he is seemingly killed, he can revive himself through the power of miracles. Sternritter N, Unknown Robert Acutrone. His power was not explicitly revealed, but he appears to use firearms in battle. Sternritter O, the Overkill Driscoll Bursey. He grows stronger with every enemy he kills. During his assault on the Soul Society, he had already slain over 200 enemies. Sternritter P, the power, Meninis McAllen. A physically strong female Quincy with overwhelming raw strength. She can lift multiple buildings with one hand. Sternritter questioned the question, Berenice Gabrielli. A weak Quincy who was swiftly killed by Zaraki Kenpachi. His ability allowed him to ask questions that could potentially break his opponent's mind, but no one would stand there answering questions in battle. Sternritter R, the roar, Jerome Gisbat. Another weak Quincy who was quickly defeated. His ability involved generating shockwaves from his roar. Sternritter S, the superstar, masked a masculine. His power is tied to the cheers of his supporter, James. The more he is cheered on, the stronger he becomes. No matter how many times he is knocked down, he can rise again, similar to Gerard's ability. Sternritter T, the Thunderbolt, Candace Catnip. A hot-tempered Quincy who can generate and manipulate electricity. She can form a lightning sword or launch energy-based attacks. Sternritter U, the Underbelly, Nanana Nejaku. He has the ability to scan an enemy's spirit and identify their weak points. He can also temporarily paralyze his opponents. Sternritter V, the Visionary, Gremi Thumos. A self-proclaimed strongest Quincy. His ability allows anything he imagines to become reality. He can create clones of himself or even summon meteors. This power is extremely overpowered, but his lack of physical combat skills holds him back. Sternritter W, the Wind, Nianzal Wyzal. His power distorts attacks, causing them to twist and miss their target. Sternritter X, the X-axis, Leelbaro. The first Quincy to receive power from Yawatch and the leader of his elite guards. His ability lets him pierce through anything. Normally, he wields a rifle, but when he opens both eyes, he gains a higher form where nothing can touch him. Sternritter Y, the Yourself, Lloyd and Lloyd. Twin brothers with the ability to mimic someone's appearance, abilities, and even memories. Sternritter Z, the Zombie, Giselle Goel. A female Quincy capable of turning anyone she wounds with her blood into a zombie under her control. If I made any mistakes, don't hold it against me. See you in the next video. Goodbye.